Unbelievable. Just when everyone thought they had seen everything from Stephen Curry, he did this. Another night, another historic performance, another reminder that we are watching one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. The arena was buzzing before tip-off, fans on their feet, phones ready, because anytime Stephen Curry steps on the floor, something special can happen. And on this night, something special absolutely did. But somehow, incredibly, shockingly, this game will not be remembered only for Curry's brilliance. It will be remembered for a decision. A decision that flipped the game, silenced the crowd, and sent Warriors fans into total disbelief. From the opening possession, Stephen Curry looked locked in. You could see it in his eyes, in his body language, in the way he moved without the ball. Every cut was sharper. Every dribble was purposeful. The defense tried to blitz him early, sending 2 defenders at him the moment he crossed half court. It didn't matter. Curry calmly split the double team, pulled up from deep, and buried the first 3 of the night. The crowd exploded. That familiar roar echoed through the building, the kind of roar that only Stephen Curry can create. Possession after possession, Curry was cooking. Step-back threes. Floaters over big men. Impossible shots that made defenders shake their heads and fans laugh in disbelief. At one point in the first quarter, he hit 3 straight shots from well beyond the arc, each one more ridiculous than the last. The opposing bench called timeout, hands on hips, coaches yelling adjustments, but nothing was working. Stephen Curry was in full takeover mode. By halftime, Curry had already piled up points at a ridiculous pace. Social media was buzzing. Highlights were everywhere. Vintage Curry. Best shooter ever. This man is unreal. Warriors fans could feel it. This was one of those nights. The kind of night where Curry drags the team on his back and delivers a statement win. The energy in the building said it all. Golden State was rolling, momentum firmly on their side. But basketball games aren't just won by star performances. They're won by decisions, rotations, timing, trust. And that's where everything started to go wrong. As the third quarter began, Curry picked up right where he left off. Another deep 3. A quick steal leading to a transition layup. A perfect assist to a cutting teammate. The Warriors stretched the lead, and it felt like the game was slipping away from the opponent. Fans were smiling. Commentators were praising the Warriors' rhythm. Everything looked under control. Then came the moment that changed everything. With Curry scorching hot and the Warriors holding momentum, Steve Kerr made a rotation decision that instantly raised eyebrows. Curry headed to the bench. Not for a quick rest. Not for a brief breather. He stayed there. And stayed there. And stayed there. At first, fans weren't worried. This is normal, right? Curry rests, the system keeps flowing, the bench holds the line. Except it didn't. The offense stalled immediately. Ball movement slowed. Shots started clanking off the rim. Defensive rotations became sloppy. Turnovers piled up. The opposing team sensed it. You could see the shift in body language. They pushed the pace, attacked the rim, knocked down open shots, and suddenly the Warriors' comfortable lead started shrinking. The crowd noticed. Murmurs spread through the arena. Fans looked toward the bench, searching for Stephen Curry. He was sitting there, towel over his shoulders, watching as the lead evaporated. Camera shots caught him standing up, clapping, trying to encourage his teammates. But the damage was happening fast. The Warriors' offense looked lost without him. No spacing. No gravity. No fear in the defense. What had been a flowing, confident attack turned into forced shots and rushed decisions. And with every missed shot, the frustration grew. By the time Curry finally checked back into the game, the momentum had completely flipped. The opponent had either erased the lead or come dangerously close. The crowd erupted when Curry returned, desperate for a spark, desperate for a rescue. And Stephen Curry tried. Oh, did he try? He immediately hit another deep 3, pulling up from a spot that makes no sense for anyone else in the league. He attacked the rim, drew contact, knocked down free throws. He ran off screens nonstop, demanding the ball, demanding urgency. But now the game was different. The opponent was confident. The defense was locked in. The pressure had shifted entirely onto Curry's shoulders. Every possession felt heavier. Every shot felt more contested. And while Curry continued to score, the Warriors couldn't regain the rhythm they had earlier. The game had turned into a grind, and that grind favored the other team. As the fourth quarter unfolded, tension filled the arena. Fans were on edge. Every missed shot drew groans. Every defensive breakdown led to hands thrown up in frustration. And once again, another coaching decision poured gasoline on the fire. In a crucial stretch late in the game, Curry was once again off the floor. Whether it was foul trouble, rotation timing, or trust in certain lineups, the result was the same. Steph Curry, the hottest player on the court, the heart and soul of the Warriors, was watching from the sidelines while the game slipped away. You could see it on his face. Confusion. Frustration. That look that says, "Put me in. Let me finish this." Fans at home were yelling at their screens. Fans in the arena were booing, chanting, questioning what they were seeing. The Warriors fell behind. When Curry finally returned for the closing minutes, he went nuclear. Back-to-back threes. A tough and one finish. A beautiful assist that should have been a momentum-shifting play. But it was too late. The earlier decisions had already taken their toll. The final buzzer sounded, and the Warriors walked off the floor stunned. Steph Curry finished with an unbelievable stat line, the kind of performance that should end in celebration, highlights on repeat, another legendary chapter in his career. Instead, it ended in frustration. A loss that felt avoidable. A loss that sparked outrage. Immediately after the game, the conversation exploded. Fans didn't talk about Curry's points. They talked about the rotations. The timing. The decisions. How do you sit Steph when he's that hot? Why not ride your superstar? This one's on coaching. Social media was ruthless. Clips of Curry on the bench went viral. Screenshots, slow-motion replays, heated debates. Some defended Steve Kerr, pointing to long-term health, system basketball, trust in the roster. Others weren't having it. They saw a game that slipped away because the Warriors didn't lean on their greatest weapon when it mattered most. Even former players and analysts weighed in. When a generational talent like Steph Curry is in rhythm, conventional rules don't apply. You adjust. You adapt. You let him cook. And on this night, many believe that opportunity was taken away. In the locker room, Curry kept it professional. No finger-pointing. No public criticism. He praised his teammates, talked about execution, mentioned learning from the loss. But between the lines, you could feel it. This one hurt. Not because he didn't play well, but because he did everything he possibly could. Steve Kerr, when asked about the rotations, stood by his decisions. He talked about managing minutes, trusting the process, long-term goals. And while that explanation might make sense over an 82-game season, it didn't sit well with fans who watched a winnable game slip through their fingers. This game became bigger than a single loss. It became a symbol of the tension surrounding the Warriors right now. A team balancing legacy and transition. A coach balancing system and superstardom. A fanbase torn between trust and frustration. One thing is undeniable. Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. Nights like this prove it. At an age when most players slow down, he's still bending defenses, still redefining what's possible, still delivering performances that leave people speechless.